And now for our purple cow. Of course, we're starting with the body. 2 6/60s, I'm using purple, so I'll have a purple cow. Tie these two end in. We're gonna set that aside again. And then we're gonna take a violet 6/60, and I've got about 5 inches uninflated land of it. We're gonna start by making about a 4 or 5 inch bubble, followed by a small round bubble that we'll make into a pinch twist, just like that. Now this part is optional. I like to do it because I like the way it makes the horn stand up straighter. But you don't have to. I'm going to take the pinch twist and divide it into 2. So you've got 2 small round bubbles there on top. I need another bubble the same size as the first one we started with. And I'm going to bring it down, grab the nozzle and twist it around a time or 2 to secure it in place. Pull the nozzle through, that way it'll stay for you. Then it'll come popping off there. Then I'm going to put another pinch twist at the bottom there. Make his head stand up a little better in a minute. And we're going to make about a 3 or 4 inch bubble for his neck, followed by one more pinch twist. Then I'm going to let the air out of the end of this. Make a little small hole there. And to help this one stand up, once I get it down, probably just a small round bubble there, I'm going to tie that end off. Just like that. That's the beginning of our cow's head. I'm not going to attach it to his body yet because we're going to keep working on it. Next up, I've got an 11-inch round, also violet of course, and I've blown it up to about 7, maybe 8 inches. Put my thumb on the nozzle, or the knot, and then again I'm going to divide this into 2 equal-sized bubbles, just like that. And these of course will be his cheeks. So I'm going to take those. Now if you look at his head, we got the split pinch twist on top. This portion here is where his eyes will be in a minute. So we're going to put this 11-inch round that I've just divided right in here at the base of the 2 big bubbles there. So just bring it around from one side and just cross them over once to lock them in place. The pinch twist goes at the back and line it up where it's going up and down this way. And if you'll notice when you make those 2, they don't come out round after 11-inch round, they come out more elongated. So turn them so that the length is going front to back. That makes his cheeks, that will make his head set in place. Okay, now I'm going to take my 11-inch heart, and I've blown it up so that it's not lobing out. It doesn't look like a heart. You can see where it's just starting to, there's a little bit of indentation right there. You can barely see in the 2 lobes on the sides. This is a lilac heart. Trying to get the contrast with the head. I'm going to take the nozzle, and in the middle of his head, where you've got his 2 cheeks here, his eyes up here, and his neck down here, the pinch twist is on the back. I'm going to bring the heart in right in the middle of all this in the front here. So grab the nozzle and just pull it up in there. Twist it around a couple of times to secure it in place, and then just tuck it back in on the side and the back. And bring that part down in the front, where it's sticking out like that. This is going to be his muzzle. Sometimes his heart's not going to stay. In a minute we're going to put the horns and the eyes on. That will help position it. If you want the heart to be a little snugger, to pull it up in there, all you need to do is take the heart and just wrap it around his head a time or 2. And every time you wrap it around, it's going to pull that heart in just a little bit snugger. So if you want it to be nice and tight up in there, that'll help it stay better. Get your head all positioned back straight again. Like that. Now we're going to set that aside momentarily. We're going to take our white 360 that we've blown up, leaving about 2 3 inches uninflated on the end. I'm going to fold it and have to give it a good squeeze so the air goes almost to the end, because I want this to be nice and soft. There we go, squeeze it out till it's just about there. Now you can see it's getting really soft, so it's workable. Because what we're going to do is we're going to take this and divide it in half, pinch it in the middle, so we've got 2 long equal bubbles. Then we're going to take our cow, and coming from the back of his head, right there in that middle section, bring one on either side, so they come around to the front, so now they're sticking out like that. Then we're going to run them up his head, put a line up with a pin twist at the top, twist them together, and then twist them around with a pinch twist, just like that. So you get his horns and his eyes there. And see, because it was so soft, I was able to get all that. You can shape them however you like. I give a little shape like that. And now it's so soft enough that it's not under any great stress when I put it in there. So there, that's the head of your cow. And obviously we're going to take this, grab our body, and twist it on one of the ends. Wrap around really good. And then if you'll position that pinch twist right there in the front with the bubble sticking down the neck up, now his head is going to sit nice and pretty for you like that. Go ahead and set that aside for a moment and give him a tail. We've got our Violet 360 here for his tail. We'll have blown up about 10 inches of it a bit. I'm going to make 2 small fold twists. Each one is about a hand width wide. Then I'm going to take those, twist them into the back of the tail of the cow. And then on the end of that, I'm going to pull a little bubble, just squeeze some air out to the end there. To the end of our cow's tail. Squeeze that so it'll stay really good. And there, we have a really cute cow.